I thought I would show you real quickly what it looks like ladled out. I've got my bowl here and my ladle. That looks really good. Now, if you like more broccoli, you can certainly add more broccoli. But this looks good to me. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, this is Heidi with Kiddos Corral, and today I want to share with you guys a quick and easy recipe. And my son actually was like, you haven't made this forever and it just sounds so good. So I'm going to show you guys real quickly how I just put together my broccoli cheddar soup. So in the pot that you're looking at right now, I have between 6 and 7 cups of chicken stock. Now, if you don't want to use chicken stock, you can use veggie stock, vegetable stock, or you can use beef. But I am a real huge fan of the broccoli cheddar soup from McAllister's restaurant. I'm sure you guys are really familiar. And so when I was searching for a recipe for broccoli cheddar soup, I wanted it to taste as close to theirs as possible. Theirs probably come out of a can for all I know. I have no idea. But I do love their broccoli cheddar soup, especially when they serve it in a bread bowl. It's so delicious. So I just want to quickly show you guys what I put together, how I put this together and how simple it is. So like I said, you're going to start with about 5 or 6 cups of your chicken stock. And then to that, I want to add a couple spoonfuls of garlic, minced garlic. Now, I just used this that comes from Aldi's. It's really inexpensive. It's already chopped up for you. And I just take a spoon, and I'm not, I just kind of eyeball it. If you don't like a lot of garlic, don't add a lot of it. But for my family, we kind of like it. So I add about 2 big spoonfuls there. My big spoon just fell in. And I'm going to add 1 chopped onion. Now some people saute their onion and their garlic before they put it in the pot, but I find that the cooking time on this, that the onion and the garlic get cooked up just as well if you just add it to the stock. That is my preference, but if you want to saute it before you add it, by all means do so. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of thyme. Now, I don't know why, but every time I add thyme. Anyways, I'll show you guys what kind I use. But every time I make a chicken recipe, I'm always adding thyme to it because I absolutely love it. I love the way it brings out the flavor. So, about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of thyme. I love the way it tastes, so you never can go wrong if you add a little bit too much. At this point, I just want to start bringing this to a boil, and I want this to simmer. Now, as you can tell, I've already preheated my chicken stock on the stove so that this recipe for you guys could go a little bit quicker. So I'm going to turn up the heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my frozen broccoli florets. And I've got to open the bag. And I'm going to tell you, I add about 4 cups, depending on how much broccoli you like, to this pot. So I just go ahead and I just use my hands and I put my broccoli in here. And you can kind of eyeball how much broccoli, but note that, it's frozen broccoli. It's going to cook down a little bit. It's not going to be as much in the pot when it's all said and done. But I love broccoli. When I was pregnant with my son Dylan, I ate so much broccoli, I'm surprised I didn't give birth to a green child. I don't know why. Not with cheese on it, just plain broccoli, boiled or steamed or raw. However I could get broccoli. I ate so much broccoli, it's not even funny. So I get my broccoli in there. As you can tell, I pack it in there pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply bring this to a simmer. And when that broccoli gets done to the way that I like it, I will come back and show you what I add to finish this off as a great soup. Okay, my broccoli is done. It's about, you're going to hear a timer go off in about 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 seconds. So the next thing that I want to add to this is a half a can of evaporated milk. Just a half a can. And to what is remaining in the can, I want to add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. That is going to act as our thickener to the soup. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my flour out, and I'm going to add that and whisk that into the can with the other half of the evaporated milk, and then pour that in. Okay, so now you want to make sure that you combine, hopefully you guys can see, your flour into that remaining evaporated milk. Now you want to make sure that it's good and mixed for when you pour it into your pot. So I'm just making sure that it's good and mixed, and it takes a few minutes, not a few minutes, but you know, a minute or two to try to make sure that you don't have any big lumps or bumps in there. But if you do have a little bit, they will cook up into the soup and it'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat up on this soup. Now what I like to do is I like to bring it up to sort of a simmer, like between a simmer and a boil, and then I add the remainder of the evaporated milk, and then we're going to add in our cheese. Now I am using the sharp cheddar cheese. Okay, it is starting to bubble, and it's good and steamy and hot. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but I'm going to go ahead and stir in my flour and my milk. And you're going to feel the consistency of this soup get a lot thicker when you add that. So I just want to make sure I get it good and stirred in. And I'm going to turn the heat back down between low and medium, because my stuff is essentially all cooked. The broccoli is cooked, the soup is heated clear through, and the broth is good and thickened. So now I'm going to add in my sharp cheddar. You can grate your own or use bag, but I do about 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese to this soup, and I save a little bit for a garnish. And you want to let that cheese get good and melted through the soup. And I went ahead and I did add a little bit of black pepper. And once the cheese gets melted, you are ready to serve. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this recipe. I hope you guys will enjoy making your broccoli cheddar soup. And I will be talking to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.